Science, Engineering and Technology virtual mode. The session will begin.
Now.
Good morning, everyone. We are very happy to have you all with us in this third international conference on science and technology, uh, ICS virtual mode. I request all the participants, other faculty members to kindly mute your audios. This is the day we are waiting for. Uh, this is the day we are waiting for to gather everyone in order to share your ideas regarding your domain with the expertise so that you will have some clarity whether you're in the right path or is there any initiatives to be taken in order to make it perfect. So this is the right platform for all the participants to get clarified during a session. The inaugural function will be started in yet 2 or 3 minutes. I request all the participants to mute your audio, please.
Joseph sir, I think we can start the session.
I'll start now. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to host the third International Conference on Science, Engineering and Technology, ICSET 2022. On behalf of Sri Venkateshwara College of Technology, Sri Peramburu, we wish to extend a warm welcome to the honorable guest of honor, delegates, participants, and representatives from different institutions, foreign and local participants to the third International Conference on Science, Engineering and Technology, ICSET 2022. To begin the session, it is necessary to get the blessings of the Almighty. Prayer is not asking, it is a longing of the soul. It is the daily admission of one's weakness. It is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without heart. Only those who see the invisible can attempt the impossible. Let us try to see the invisible through this prayer song. Tamil Taiwan.
Line is breaking. Line is breaking. Is this on my side or?
A light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. As sunlight expels the darkness, similarly, blessings bring in life prosperity and happiness. To illuminate this gracious day with the warmth of all good hearts, we will have a virtual lamp lighting now. Okay. Okay, fine. Esteem your fellow being. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you. Esteem your fellow being. He will exalt you. Embrace him. He will honor you. India is known for its culture, heritage, because we are generous in welcoming people. Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. The smile is a universal welcome. No light shines than that of smiling face, and no beauty is bold than that of Buddha. I request Professor A. Abdul Wahid, Head Department of Civil Engineering, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Sure. Thank you, sir. So, great day, everyone. So, I don't want to go for good morning or good afternoon because we have great delegates joining from various time zones of the world. And it's my pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on this fine occasion of the third International Conference on Science, Engineering, and Technology. So, we are in the midst of a situation, and so we are conducting this particular conference in the virtual mode. So first of all, I'd like to welcome the warm dignitaries here. I'd like to welcome our Honorable Chairman Shri V. Haribabu and our Vice Chairman Dr. H. Srinivasan sir, and our Delegate CEO Mr. J.N. Sendilkanna sir, and our elegant Principal Dr. N. Janaki Manohar sir, our Chief Advisor Dr. E. Soundarajan sir, and dynamic Dr. S. Lakshmi ma'am for this event. And I'd always like to give a warm welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Maran Marimuthu sir, from all the way from Malaysia, Petronas. And it's a kind gesture of you to join us, beyond these time zones. You are here for us. And this particular conference of SVCK is going to be a great synergy where various talents are going to come in and share their knowledge, and we hope that this particular conference is going to create a great platform for knowledge sharing, and we hope that this will sow the seeds for innovation in the coming future as well. So I'd also like to welcome, give a hearty and warm welcome to all the participants who have joined this wonderful initiative from various parts of the country, and we have papers from Pan India, and it's a great pleasure to deliver the welcome address to all of you people here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. The actions of men are like the index to the book. To point out what is most remarkable in this, the members of faculty of Sri Venkateshwara College of Technology are much overwhelmed by the care and support given by the head of the institution, who always work around the clock for the development of the institution. With his leadership and able guidance, we the staff feel energetic to work for the progress. Now, I would like to invite Dr. N. Janaki Manohar, Principal, to deliver his inaugural address.
Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. Maran Marimuthu, Petronas, Malaysia. Honorable Chairman, Mr. B. Haribabu, respected Vice Chairman, Dr. Srinivasan Haribabu, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. J.N. Sendilkanna, Advisor, Dr. E. Soundarajan, Dean Academics, Dr. S. Lakshmi, Head of the Departments, staff members, research scholars, session chairs, and all national and international presenters. Good morning to one and all. So the role of the conference is to gather the like-minded individuals from across the country or across the globe to learn, to discuss, to exchange their ideas and thoughts, to create new ideas, and to ignite a great motivation among themselves. These benefits will be achieved by attending a conference like this. By attending this conference, the individuals expand the professional and personal development, and they will be provided with all insightful information that couldn't be taught internally anywhere. As Dr. Stephen Covey said, we must never become too busy sawing, rather take time to sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw meaning preserving and enhancing the greatest asset as an individual has, which is themselves and their ideas. By seeking continuous improvement and renewal professionally and personally, an individual keeps themselves sharp. And this is such occasion where their ideas can be exchanged throughout and it's all shared. Developing a strong professional network has become one of the key prerequisites for professional success. The research indicates that successful people spend 70% of time networking their ideas. and this conference provides a better space and a place to share their ideas. With these few words, I am pleased and honored to inaugurate the conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Approach every conference with a purposeful, high energy, ready to make a contribution active, and watch how fast leadership perception of you follows your behavior. For every invention, there is a purpose. The purpose should be constructive and handy to all when it is needed. So the purpose of this gathering and takeaway will be elaborated by the person who is behind the screen to initiate this third international conference. Now, I request Dr. S. Lakshmi, Dean Academics, to throw away the purpose of this conference. No, ma'am, you're not audible, ma'am.
Yeah, hope I am audible now, sir.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you. There was a problem with the network. So good day, one and all present here. Honorable Chairman and Chief Patron of the conference, Shri B. Haribabu sir and Dr. Srinivasan Haribabu sir. Patrons of the conference, CEO Mr. J.K. Sandilkanna sir and Advisor Dr. E. Soundararajan sir. Conference Chair, Principal Dr. N. Janaki Manohar sir and the organizing secretaries, Professor A. Abdul Wahid sir, Dr. N. Abdul Rahman sir and Dr. A. Nageshwaran sir. Organizing committee members, heads of the departments, faculty members, delegates from other institutions, research scholars and participants. And special mention to our guest of honor, Dr. Maran Marimuthu sir from Malaysia. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all and giving opening remarks about the conference. The theme of the international conference on science, engineering, and technology centers about delivering the most recent technical expertise acquired in areas such as science, engineering, and technology, collectively under a unified program. This event has been organized in past years, and this is our third edition. This has been coined to bring unitedly investigations from distinct disciplines to bestow the conclusions and most advanced approaches to problem solving. The principal aim of this convention is to unite all experimentative probing to present their most desirable statements. We have been working in this for the past 6 months, and we have received more than 200 papers across the globe. After scrutiny, 100 plus papers have been selected and will be presented by the scholars and academicians for these 2 days. And the papers are spread across 6 sessions for the 2 days. The papers received are in the areas of RF and microwave, networks, e-vehicles, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, robotics and automation, smart materials, nanotechnology, computational science, MEMS, etc. There is no doubt that these sessions will unite great minds and be promising for the enormous potential researchers of the educational society. I wish all the participants the very best for a fruitful sessions for these 2 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your elaborative insights about the conference. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest thing. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest thing. He is an epitome of simplicity, motivation, hard work, and success. Indeed, we have been learning to follow him to reach the pinnacle of success, for without whom Sri Venkateshwara College of Technology would not have come to the limelight. It's my privilege to request the beloved Vice Chairman, Sir Dr. Srinivasan Haribabu, to deliver his presidential address.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to begin with a quote about the importance of the conference set by the famous philosopher Francis Bacon. Reading maketh a full man, a conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. I'm very dignity to preside the third international conference on science, engineering and technology ICSET 2022, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Electrical, Electronics Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, and Science and Humanities. The aim of Sri Venkateswara College of Technology is to spread the knowledge, teamwork, innovations, entrepreneurships, courage, sacrifice, and duty, which are important aspects of meaningful human life. The college has introduced academic reforms and aimed at imparting the scientific temper, efficiency, integrity, values among the students, which transforms them into a responsible citizen, valid employees, entrepreneurships, and successful academicians. At first, I would like to welcome all participants, research scholars, and faculty members from all over the world participate in this third international conference. The conference aims to foster integration on device topics from a different domain and provides the goal platform a networking opportunity for establishing the international relationships, widen the professionals and contact and create the new opportunities. The conference includes a keynote address, invite talks by the eminent speakers, and presentation by the participants. The conference provides engineers and academy opportunity to promote their reviews in recent developments, current participants, and the future trends in emerging technologies. This conference will offer the complete unique platform of discussing issues and development in cloud computing, artificial intelligence, blockchain, biomedical applications, PLSI, smart grids, electrical vehicles, advance in manufacturing, nanotechnology, trend and innovations in English and mathematics. Having taken a lot of inputs from the advisory committee, the conference have been systematically organized within the short span of time. I wish entire organization committee a great success. Finally, I believe the takeaway from this conference will enhance the idea of inspiration for the collaborations with others to great step up your discovery and innovation work. I wish everyone a fruitful and enjoyable conference. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your word of wisdom. Thank you. There are people who make things happen. There are people who watch things happen. There are people who wonder what happened to be successful. You need to be a person who makes things happen. Here comes a person who is a source of inspiration to others together. I would like to invite Mr. Sandil Khanna, Chief Executive Officer of Sri Venkateswara College of Technology, to deliver a special address. Your voice is not audible, sir. No, sir, it is not audible yet, sir. No, sir, your voice is not yet at all.
Hello.
Yes, sir, now it is audible, sir.
Now it's audible, right?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Yeah. So it's an immense pleasure to host that international conference on science, engineering, and technology. And we congratulate all participants who are taking part to share your presentations. I'm wishing you all the great day and happy learning. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you for your valuable words, sir. Optimism is a faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Let me invite such an optimistic person, Dr. E. Soundararajan, advisor, who is guiding a source of all initiatives to deliver a special address. Now I request Dr. E. Soundararajan sir to deliver his special address.
I like to congratulate the organizing committee for choosing a right topic in the third international conference on science, engineering, and technology. Science, engineering, and technology are often confused with each other. All the three are closely related but mean different things. Natural explanation for phenomena. Technology is a tool, including methods that assist people in accomplishing tasks. Engineering is a process of studying and developing technology. Engineering technology prepares students for a career with a solid earning potential, a generally favorable job outlook, and work that is challenging enough to be fulfilling. New knowledge which serve as a direct source of ideas for new technology and innovations. Source of tools and techniques for more efficient engineering designs and a knowledge base for evaluation of feasibility of different new designs. Research instrumentations and laboratory techniques used in research eventually find their way into the design or industrial practices through different methods in different areas. Creating a knowledge becomes increasingly important in the assessment of technology in terms of its wider social and environmental impacts. Develops knowledge that emphasizes more efficient strategies of applied research, development, and refinement of new technologies. I am sure that this conference is eye-opener to the students to gain knowledge on science, engineering, and technology. Let me conclude with the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam that umbrella cannot stop the rain, but can make us stand in rain. Confidence may not bring success, but gives us power to face any challenge in life. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity given to me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. and thought-provoking words. Nothing shows soon the drooping spirits can raise as prices from the man whom all men prizes, says Abraham Covey, the great educator of America. Many people come into our lives and at times change it completely. They add, subtract, and mold us to be what we are now and what we should be tomorrow. I'm very honored to brief of today's guest of honor, Dr. Maran Marimuthu. Dr. Maran Marimuthu is a man of words and wisdom. This versatile veteran obtained his BBA with honors degree in 1994 and MBA in finance in 2000 and his PhD degree in business administration and finance in 2011 from the University of Malaya. This luminary sport lies in the research sector in which he has produced 12 scholars in master's degree and PhD degree, and yet another 7 scholars are in the pipeline to receive their PhD degrees. This quest for knowledge has paved way to publish 150 research articles in international referee journals. He has co-authored books on financial management, international finance, and contributed articles for both local and international magazines. This magnificent persona occupied various covetous positions as a trainer, consultant in O&G industry, including Petronas, especially on socio-economic and cost analysis. He has visited Norway, India, Turkmenistan, Turkey, and Indonesia as visiting scholar for academic and research collaboration. He is currently holding internal and external research grants as leader and principal researcher and offering short courses for industry and PG scholars. This paragon of virtue was bestowed with Distinguished Scientist in Finance, VIF, India, and Teaching Learning Award from UT. Words are not enough to list out his accolades. Before guest of honor address this gathering, it is most important event that is going to take place now. I request guest of honor to release the proceeding. I request the guest of honor to release the proceeding of today's conference.
Yes, sir. On behalf of Dr. Maran Marimuthu and the entire dignitaries and all the participants and professors, I'd like to release the proceedings of this conference virtually. So onto your screens in a moment. So that concludes the release of the proceedings of the conference.
Thank you so much, sir. I request the guest of honor, Dr. Maran Marimuthu, sir, to address the gathering.
Very good afternoon. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Okay. Very good afternoon from Malaysia and very good morning for India. And it's a great honor to be part of the team today. And my heartfelt thanks and sincere appreciation goes to the entire team or management team of the Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Thank you, sir. Okay. Honorable Chief Patron, Sri B. Hari Babu, Chairman, Dr. Srinivasan Hari Babu, Vice Chairman, Patrons, Mr. J. N. Senthil Kanna, CEO, Dr. E. Soundaraja, my apologies, Dr. E. Soundarajan, Advisor, Conference Chair, Dr. N. Janaki Manohar, Principal, Convener, Dr. S. Lakshmi, Dean for Academics, Organizing Secretary, Mr. A. Abdul Wahid, Professor, under Civil, Dr. N. Adbur Rahman, Professor under ECE, and Dr. A. Nageswaran, Professor under CSE, and followed by organizing committees. Sorry, I may not be able to read one by one. I believe all have contributed extremely well to make this event a great success. This followed by, I believe, the sessions attended by academics, be it from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering and from other institutions as well, researchers, postgraduate scholars, students, and ladies and gentlemen. Very good afternoon and very good morning. So as somebody said just now, I think greeting is less important because we have morning and afternoon. No issues. Thank you very much. I, first of all, when I look at the contents of the conference, I thought it's technology, very much on technology, engineering, and it's going to stop there. I should congratulate the entire team for having that kind of focus. It is about technology with the inclusion of computing, or computer science and engineering. And the most interesting part, besides having electronic, electrical, mechanical, the most interesting is that you have included science and humanities. This actually shows that technology doesn't exist in a vacuum. Technology has to be in a very specific environment, and technology should have its own ecosystem. And most importantly, technology is not meant for business community only. In fact, technology has to be a kind of what I call a component that should have clear deliverables to the society. And how do we bring this technology, how we align the technological advancement, whatever new things that we have invented in the interest of the community. So this is on that score, I am really happy to see that how we actually can connect technology to the industry, one thing, and from the industry to the society. And it goes back to industry. When society is doing fine, happy, very harmonious, or rather the society is having what they're supposed to get, or rather they are satisfied, and that satisfaction goes back to the business community, and that will be a better progress. Before I go further, can you hear me? Ma'am, can you hear me? No problem. Very quiet.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we start, let us take a look at some of the current issues that we have. Wherever we go, I think it can be in India, any part of the world, even in Malaysia. Take a look at the small elements of technology that have reshaped the way we do things, the way we do business, how actually society responds to this kind of technology. If you go to a restaurant, and you go to a restaurant and you take your seat, and somebody will come to you, say, sir, what do you want, sir? Can I take order? You know, that guy has to go and communicate with another guy, blah, 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 come back. Today, a lot of restaurants, even in Malaysia, you go in and you just mention what you want. In fact, they put up a screen there. You just choose whatever you want, just touch, and the food is served. The information is communicated to the respective divisions of the restaurants, and the food is served immediately, be it drinks or whatever things. Okay, I give you another example. Say a girl supposedly going to college, by bus, and she missed the bus. And there's another guy next to her house, unknown guy, comes to her and then asking her, where can I send you to college? Definitely a stranger, we don't allow. And the girl will not allow the person to get her to the college. But if the same person comes through the communication, we call these Grab services or what we call Ola services, just by touching the screen, the same person comes, a stranger comes and ready to fetch you. And you have the confidence to do that. You have the confidence to follow him to the college. And this is what technology is all about. Technology has reshaped the way we do things. Our mindset has changed. Slightly at a macro level, let us take a look at the business environment today. Like I can give you a very few cases like in Malaysia, for example, like Shell Malaysia. Shell Malaysia decided to install about 21,000 solar photovoltaic panels in the roof, and they have changed that. And a lot of companies are going into what we call the renewable energy. And they start thinking of what sort of technology that we can embed in order to make things simpler. And property industries, those companies, very much involved in property world. They start building houses, buildings. And this property company is also having a link up with another company who's really going for green technology. Why we have green technology? They have their own way of justifying. Having this input, I can reduce this much of cost, and through the cost reductions, I can maximize my returns. So business communities have seen that. The whole idea is, doesn't matter what technology we are talking about. Okay, the whole idea is they see technology can help companies to be more sustainable. I'll give you another example, like Tesla. Tesla investing heavily in Southeast Asia, particularly in Indonesia. And this is also another form of technology. And this is skewed to green technology as well. In fact, Petronas is very much serious now. Petronas is very much involved in conventional energy, extracting oil. Malaysia is very much involved in oil productions. And this, together with this, now we are shifting into a different focus. We would like to invest in other technologies, and this technology is very much connected to green technology. And why do we need all this? So what are we trying to accomplish out of this? Now, generally, when we talk about technology, this technology is supposedly to help companies to improve their operations. And the whole idea is improvement is to be connected to the cost reductions. I give you a very simple thing, how this technology actually shows the kind of rapid growth past 2-3 years. Now, we started experiencing the impact of COVID the beginning of 2020. In Malaysia, we have SME, small medium enterprises. Small medium enterprises account for about 90% of the total establishments in the country. Okay, so if SMEs cannot grow, or if SME is having serious problem, that will have a serious impact on the country's economy, because 60% of Malaysia's workforce very much depending on SMEs. We were discussing about technology. Please consider digitalizations. The government has been pushing all the SMEs move into digitalization, because through digitalizations, you can improve your operations, improve for your efficiency. As a result, your unit cost will be lower. Lower unit cost, you will have a better competitive advantage to, especially when dealing with overseas markets, those kinds of things. Companies did not seem to be serious about these matters. But the moment this SME is hit by COVID, then they started thinking of this. We made a big mistake. Time for us to digitalize. Time for us to institute that kind of technology in the operation so that improvement can be done. Our dependent on the workforce, the physical workforce will be reduced, because during the COVID, we had to go through a lockdown periods, a series of lockdown periods where many SMEs really struggle. During that period, it was actually a wake-up call for many SMEs, time to consider technology, time to institute that kind of technology. If it is not fully, at least partially, you can reduce your dependence on workforce, physical workforce. You can actually focus on your business. You can still come up. You can still ensure that the deliverables are there, the production is there, but then probably you may have to create some kind of investment in the process. But whatever it is, justification is that. Now, what I'm trying to say here, like it or not, generally, every business is now a technology company. Now, we cannot avoid technology. Technology is there, like it or not, we have to follow the tune. Okay. Now, looking at the current scenario that we have here, I would like to see that the contents that we have in the conference, fantastic. You have every aspect of all this. Most importantly, whatever we create, whatever technology invented, whatever new things created, or with the use of technology, we have something new, the way we do things, some kind of innovations that gives a better value propositions to the customers. At the same time, we reduce the what you call the cost, the operating cost, whatever it is, the end result should be clear enough in terms of on the one hand satisfying the business community, on the other hand satisfying the society. Okay, let me just touch on a few things. So as I said, do we need a technology, or should there be a technology, or is it a compulsory issue to have technology? Like it or not, technology is there. Every company, every business is now a technology company, and every business entity is somewhat driven by technology. Okay. Now, in understanding this, probably we can take a look at a few terminologies. I think some of you know this. We have digitizations, we have digitalizations, and probably there's another important thing is digital transformations. Okay, I think it's good to see that the kind of how this concept migrated, and in view of this, we also cannot run away from this IR 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, now IR 4.0. We have we are now basically in the category of IR 4.0. Some even argue IR 5.0 already there. Smart society is already there in Japan. How it works? Very simple. Let's say you have a fridge, you have good thing, you have things in the fridge, and as you are running out of stock, you don't have to call the supplier to come and refill. The fridge will give a signal to the right suppliers or whoever, and the supplier gets the info, hey, this fridge running out of stock. They will come and do that. You see, this is a very, I wouldn't say a kind of illusion. It is there. So it is not a question of whether, it is actually when are we going to experience all this. But there's a trade-off there. I think human beings probably do not have work to do. So you can see roughly that all these will have an impact on the employees, or rather the workforce. This is the main subject. So with this understanding, I would like to highlight, because of the need of technology and in meeting the business aspirations, in Malaysia, based on the experience that we have, the COVID-19 also happened to be in the education sector. I think everyone knows. We all know that, when universities told, please go into digitalizations, go into online, get ready, you should offer courses. The same thing was told to the SME, hey, get ready with digital. Nobody actually cared. The moment hit by COVID, actually COVID helped to speed up the implementation of digitalization or the infusion of technology. They had no choice. When human beings under pressure, we try to find some other ways how to improve the situation. Now, so in line with this, I would like to just touch on quickly on the process that we have gone through. Digitization. Last time we were talking about paperless operations. You try to computerize a little bit there, here, there, everywhere. That is not digitalization. It is part of digitizations. Okay, paperless. Now we have all this, everything online. You don't have to print out. That is digitalization. Is another concept here. You are trying to leverage on the digital technology. This is actually quite tangible, okay, whereby you try to what you call apply the technologies to ensure the operations are interconnected, and you can see the value propositions. See, when we talk about digitalizations, if you don't see the value chain along the process from the what do you call this the purchases of goods, raw materials up to finished goods, meeting the customers. If you don't see the kind of alignment from the beginning to the end, and there must be some kind of real-time systems where you can see that information should be going along the line, and decision making must be fast. If you can't respond, for example, I'm responding to customers in 1 minute or in 3 minutes, or the system gives auto reply, all this is actually part of the digitalizations. Okay. This kind of value that we want. Why? Because the faster the better, where you can not to the faster the better, we die faster, what, no such thing. It's just to make sure that the business is sensitive enough to the changes and sensitive enough to the response, whatever things required in the interest of the customers. So as a result, we can see that our cash flow streams are more sustainable, and we can, in a way, should be able to reduce through digitalizations. If we can't see that there is a kind of cost improvement or some kind of cost effectiveness in the process, meaning the whole idea of digitalizing is not right. Okay. Now, there's another terminology people are talking about, digital transformation. Now, this is the real one. You can see that digital transformation, it is about the initiative, the digital initiative taken at a strategic level, and it goes as top down. So the management's commitment is there, ensuring the entire things is well covered, and they can see that the entire operations from A to Z well covered, and they can see that the deliverables are there. And it is very much connected to ensure that the company, no matter what, business operations, anything, no matter what, they need to make sure that end of the day, the company should be meeting its bottom line. This is a very, very fundamental in line with this 4.0. So business, like it or not, they have to go through this process. They have to adopt this. But what is the trade-off? When companies are talking about digitalization, very first thing is they sort of looking at certain operational jobs. Okay, these operational jobs can be done through system. So what is next? I have to remove workers who are involved in performing those kinds of jobs. So usually at a glance, at the beginning, people can see that it will have a serious impact on job cuts. Okay, that is one important part. But then we have to verify, or we have to look at these issues in a very positive way. Definitely digitalization or this kind of environment creating two different societies. I have to include the element of society. While the idea of implementing digitalization remains intact, I mean, it's good because we want efficiency. We want some kind of technology is used to improve the situation. If business collapse due to excessive cost, it's going to be another impact to the society. So we have to save the business. We have to make the business sustainable. But behind the scene, digitalization also has got impact on the carbon emissions, all kinds of things. We will touch on that part later. But the immediate impact on the society will be the jobs. Okay. Now why? Because society comprising of skilled, unskilled, and this unskilled group affected, badly affected, because we need knowledge society to run the business, to be part of the digitalization process. So what are we supposed to do here? So we need to have a proper initiatives. When we have this kind of initiative, digital initiatives, we have to always think that how this will have impact on the society. So time to reskill, time to upskill, time to go back to certain institutions or the suitable, wherever possible, to equip themselves with the basic knowledge that is required to support or to be part of the digitalizations. it was actually mentioned, if digitalization becomes fully operational, I have to bring in another important part here. Uh, when we have companies running, uh, businesses, fine. But after some time, what happened? Companies also to take care of the environment. You need to contribute something to the community. You need to have that. You need to have this. The people started talking about CSR. Now, this CSR is about making sure the community is getting what they want. At least you share. Okay. But after that, people started talking about sustainability. Now, sustainability is what? You take care of the environment, you take care of the community, you take care of your own stakeholders. So you have the economic implication. On the one hand, you have to satisfy your shareholders. On the other hand, you have to satisfy the community, the surrounding, and you have to make sure that the environment is not polluted. There are so many things. Okay, today, one simple phrase, or rather 3 letters, have superseded the whole thing. This is what we call ESG: environmental, society, and governance. Okay, this actually superseded the entire discussion, and this has got another type of implications on firms. So this is another discussion. Probably I don't want to bring those things, but then the idea is whatever digitalization process that we have, we cannot run away from the impact on the consumers. In fact, the impact on the workers also taken into considerations when we are dealing with this ESG. Now, back to the point here. Now, when we talk about digitalization, undoubtedly digitalization has got a very significant impact in terms of, on job cuts. So there will be, it is estimated about 2 million to 2 billion types of jobs, or people may be affected during the what you call in the next 10 years. So by 2020, this will be the figure. However, the good news is that digitalization, the technology, infusion of technology embedded into digitalizations, also offering new jobs. So I think they mentioned about that about 6 million types of, or 6 million jobs would be created by 2030. Now, why I mention about these issues? I think while we the point is the bad the signal is there through technology on the society, especially. Time for us to reimagine, to reconceptualize in a way, innovative way of making sure that each country should have the kind of mindset, creating a knowledge society. Those who are not educated, give them some basic, you skill them, reskill, upskill. So this will actually help the what you call the companies, or rather encourage companies to consider them for some specific jobs. Okay. On the other hand, this digitalizations, through digitalization, said to be what by 2025. That would be kind of opportunities created. This industry alone, with the technology, about $100 trillion will be created cumulatively. So this technology industry and value to society should be seen as a concurrent issues. Companies should be able to see that when we talk about the technology, adoption of technology, always remember the one who is inventing the technology, they should actually go ahead with the analysis. Of course, they would like to see the investment value, how much to invest. Is this really giving us the sufficient return? On the other hand, they should go further to understand what sort of value propositions we are creating for the society. Now, in the short run and in the long run, we have to look at their economic well-being. Okay, and why? Because this technology, through the transformation process, like it or not, IR 4.0 is there, and technology is needed to be embedded part of the digitalization process they want to embark on. The point is, every management or every individual inventing some new things, it is very important. It's not about inventing something, oh, this is the value, good. No, it is supposedly to be analyzed back, what will be the impact on the society? Now, how do we measure the impact on the society? Very important. First of all, the policymakers should be able to see that the emergence of technology and all the high-tech products or the methods that we have in a way to deal with machine age workforce, I would say. Okay, the workforce now is changing. It's not about the operational workers. It's not about the conventional type. The workforce becomes what? The workforce for machine age. So we have to be very clear what is really needed and what will be the point. So if we are actually targeting something moving forward with some kind of mindset, effectively that part should be communicated through the right policymakers, and these policymakers should actually pass down this information, what sort of workforce required, and therefore no one is left out there. And the very first thing is, imagine students are going to universities, they are spending a few lakhs completing their studies. The moment they get a job, the company is sending them to training. That will take another 1 month or a few weeks. Why in the first place companies sending them for training? Because they know there is a gap. There is something expected by the industry not met by our syllabus. It applies to all colleges or universities. Okay, so this is the dilemma that we have. So right from the beginning, it is good. Those who are already at tertiary level should be able or should be exposed to what is required. This is a very big mega trend going on. I'm not making people scared. Like it or not, we cannot run away. This is what. Okay, I am not worried about those who are already at tertiary level. They know how to adjust themselves. What about those who are at operational level? They will lose jobs. So how to upskill, reskill them? This is very, very important. And but the idea is the technology definitely on the positive side will have impact, creating a new mindset among the workforce. Secondly, carbon emission, and this is what is actually very much connected to sustainable development goals. So we cannot run away all this. Now, with all these technologies, there is another big issue. What about building trust? Trust. When we are talking about technologies, digitalizing the whole process, we are also having problems. Criminal breach of trust, so many things. That is another. We are moving into this. Remember, it is actually taking us to digital economy. Ethical behavior with digital technology is very important. The stakeholders. Okay. So ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
The digital economy, it's good to say digitalization, but effectively we're going to have a kind of digital economy, and this will have a serious impact. This is where the building trust must be there. When business is moving into digitalization, remember you're connecting from the suppliers right up to your customers. Now, building trust among the stakeholders is a very important. Some customers remain skeptical. Of course, they don't want to release because they have come to know that the data all are being shared. During the COVID period, everywhere we go, we had to record whatever names, details. And there are companies, there are restaurants or wherever, they keep all the database and sell it to others, and others are calling us for promotion. There are so many things. This is a very tiny issue. But what about the real info? So all these should be managed clearly, and therefore the ethical, the laws all to be included. So like it or not, I am not actually being pessimistic with this implementation of technology. Technology is very important. We would like to see more researchers coming up with some new technologies, helping the industries, moving the industries to greater level. At the same time, be more concerned about the value we are creating to our society. So before following the discussions on the technology industry and the value propositions to the society, I have a few things to question, or probably a question to the policymakers on the digital side. What are the tangible? When we are dealing with technology, we have to look at the tangible. What are the tangible benefits or deliverables to society? And another thing is that what sort of impact, specifically, what sort of economic impact? I would say I like to see the economic well-being of the society. What would be the economic impact, the socio-economic impact? How does it improve their earning power? All these should be measured right from the beginning before we are implementing the digitalization process, so that we won't have a nuisance from the business environment. Okay. On the other hand, the level of understanding of top management team is very much needed when they are coming up with digital initiatives. If they are very much concerned about one cost reduction, that is actually showing a kind of myopic behavior, the way they do things. This is very important. And on the other hand, do the firms possess the right digital skills? This is very important. Do they really possess the, many people are talking about digitalization. They call people, okay, we do computerization. Halfway, they do not know what to do. Things are not sustainable. That problem, this problem, in the end, they have big issues with the implementation of digitalizations. Digitalizations, I'm connecting this with the technology. Okay. Why I mention this, I give you a simple thing. First of all, when companies moving into technology-based environment operations, they have to be very clear what would be the desired outcome. The analogy is, imagine technology, I use technology. See, I have a car, the formation of engine is the technology. I am putting the technology there. But the driving experience I'm going to get, that will be the digital experience. This is very important. When you have good technology, you should feel it while you are driving your car. Correct? So that is what I am trying to put forward here. You can use this simple, it's a basic analogy. Your engine, likening to a technology here, and the driving experience is your digital experience. Okay, so the infusion of technology in organization is one thing, but when you are looking at the fruits, the fruitful outcome should be felt. It is not just money. It is about a very, very conducive environment, sustainable environment, and you can see that you are actually having a good relationship with all stakeholders, and you are satisfying all the parties. This is what we want. Okay. The third one within this line of discussions with the considerations of technologies, big data analytics. I think many of you are already aware of this big data analytics. I don't have to go further in dealing with big data analytics. So this is now the new oil, I call it. People are calling it in many ways. You can process it wherever you want, whichever stage you want, and you can actually produce more information. And this information helps you to make immediate decisions. Big companies or even small companies, they are dealing with data analytics right from the supplier to the customer. Anything goes wrong, because all this information comes in, we report by exception with the tools or whatever techniques they use. This will give a very significant impact in terms of improving. Obviously, for SMEs, responding to customers, sustaining the market or market share is very important. Okay, so big data, if I go slightly further, so the technology infusions within this big data, undoubtedly you cannot run away from AI. Probably a subset of AI should be included here. And on the other hand, you cannot run away from cloud computing. You have data management, the kind of technologies, the invisible technologies, the softwares, all kinds of things contributing a lot to big data analytics. Okay. Now, I personally, I can see that when we are also having data analytics courses here. Okay, I have told the students, look, if you are doing engineering or if you are doing business, anything you do, people, environment, or rather industry, which is already in the process of digitalizing, they would like to see how technology could improve the situation, and they need fresh graduates. They need graduates to know about this input. For example, if somebody has done finance and this guy is looking for a job, okay, I got a finance, I can do that, I can do this. So what do you know other than this? If you are talking about, I can do financial analysis, I can do investment planning, I can do, okay, fine, but anything more? Because now industry is very clear. They are not actually interested to do repeated work or to have someone to do the simple job. Okay, you got the job, you see the file, you transfer the figures into there. People are no more interested. They like to have someone coming in. They have to, have the kind of mindset, the kind of analytical mindset, move into it, and they identify the problem, you analyze the problem, and you offer solutions to the company. If you don't see a problem in the company, you are the problem. That is the whole idea about companies. That is how they hire. Okay, that is why it is very, very important. If you do finance, fine. Okay, move into analytical perspective. Maybe you can also learn about financial modeling, financial engineering. So all these dealing with big data or data analytics. If you do HR, HR analytics. If you do marketing, digital marketing or marketing analytics. Engineering people, those who have completed, or engineering graduates who have completed, be it mechanical, they need to know about data analytics. They need to have some form of input on business side as well. Why? Because companies now are very clear. You are expected to know what is required, what you want to do, what will be the outcome, and most importantly, we would like to see the results consistent with the company's aspirations. There is no way, sorry, I don't know anything about analysis, I can be pass it to someone, no such thing. So this big data analytics becomes another important tool, and this analytics or this particular area is very much infiltrated by the technologies. I think in most cases, people use R, Python. I studied about, I did my master's about 20 years ago, and I didn't know anything about this. No one taught me this. It's simple. Today, this big data analytics with the inclusions of some technologies, important technologies here, cloud computing is one of them. Hadoop, there is another software, dealing with this data storage, all kinds of things going on, and predictive analysis. Okay, so at a micro level within the organization, people like to have this. Just now I was looking at the IR 4.0 macro technology, and macro slightly on the micro, and this is within organizations and of course between organizations as well. So big data analytics is no more a story, it's no more a kind of a drama for many institutions. It is a high time every student should know, and like it or not, we cannot run away. In fact, big data analytics is one of the main components required under IR 4.0. And this is actually part of digitalization as well. Okay, so this is one important point. This message goes to those researchers or students, be it business or engineering here. Please take note of this. You have to be very clear about this. Okay, if you now time for you to have, while the universities or colleges making investment for you to learn about this technology, you have to make your own investment, learn about additional issues. Apart from your own boundary, about your own syllabus, you have to move into other faculties or other departments, look for some new things and you attend. These are what we call today's business world known as micro credentials. See, the way we do things, the entire university environment has changed. 20 years time, 30 years time, we do not know whether there will be a physical university or whether there is a requirement people to go to university. You know why? People after the secondary school, they can go to work. While they are working, they can actually attend 1 day, 2 day courses and collecting all the certificates, basically like college, collecting. After some time, they actually submit to one institutions accredited by some government institutions, indicating that yes, you have all this, you can actually submit for degree program, and just with one program, one project, you are eligible for a degree. This is what we call APEL, okay, accreditations for prior prior learnings, prior accreditations for prior accreditations, accreditations for for those who are from industries. They have we call this experiential learning, accreditations for prior experiential learning. While you're working, you collect your experience and you attend certain courses, you accumulate those things, submit for what you call this degree. So different. And fresh graduates had to compete with this group. So situation, you have to really find out ways, making sure that in what ways you have your own competitive advantage. Okay, digitalizations cannot be eliminated. It is already there. We have to follow the tune. Okay, so this is one part that I would like to touch on while we are talking about technology. These three important parts. The last one, this is going to be very interesting, circular economy. Now, many people are wondering what is circular economy. It is not secular economy. It is circular economy. And, in a nutshell, I can give you straight to the point. Okay. If you are talking about a product, if you have a product and this product, you use this the material, you make this product, you make it as a product, you use it. After using it, you throw it away. So waste. This is what we call linear economy. You make, you use, and then you throw it away. That's it, finished. Linear economy. All right. There's another case. Okay. And then the recycling issue, time to recycle, all those things. So people say, okay, you take the material, you make the product, and then you use. After using, you try to recycle bottles or whatever it is. Okay. After goes back to manufacturing, they produce again, and then you use it, you throw it back. This is what we call recycling economy. The third one is you get the material resources based on what is required. Based on what is required. Don't go excessive. Just based on what you require, you make the product. After you make the product, you use the product. Okay. After use, don't throw it away. No waste. Reuse. Or after reusing, you want to make it again, try to refurbish the product, repair whatever it is, recycle or whatever it is. It should be moving within the cycle. There is no waste. Strictly speaking, no waste. Or even there is waste, it is very, very minimal. If you can recall in operations management, we have a JIT. Those who are in operations management, JIT, just in time. The Japanese, the Toyota company came out with this component. When you have goods delivered, the moment you deliver, it goes to the production and it straight away produce, become finished goods. By the time finished goods, put it on the pallet, forklift driver getting ready. Okay. And then loading done. And the lorry just arrive, put into the lorry and let the lorry move. No finished goods at all. Zero finished goods. So technically, the circular economy has got this agenda. Okay, this is part of the effort taken through the Sustainable Development Goals. If you can take a look at it, it is connected to carbon emission. Because due to the time constraint, I can't go into the details. Okay, in a way to reduce carbon emissions, more for sustainable, take care of the environment. All these are actually well connected to circular economy. Okay. Now, why I mentioned circular economy? When I say circular economy, how to meet this agenda? If you want a country to be a circular economy, first of all, individual companies dealing with products should have circular model, right? Should have a circular business model, right? That is the whole idea. So what are we trying to put forward here? Okay. Now, if you have a product, I still remember I went to I was actually Norway, I think Norway, or I can't remember. I went to a shop selling breads, and I asked her, sorry, I want to know the bread that is, any vegetarian component. So she asked me one question. Are you a vegan vegetarian? I said, I'm not vegan. I'm a lacto-vegetarian. I'm fine with that. So can I confirm on the materials used for each product? So she just typed, and all the list out, telling, oh, we use this. Okay, you can eat, no problem. So, very detailed, very, very precise. That is very interesting. Okay. This kind of information we would like to have if a company adopts circular business model. Very interesting. I would like to highlight how does it work. If you want a circular economy, you have resources and you want to avoid waste, somehow or other you need to have products. First of all, if you stop the excessive extractions of resources, that it could be one of the ways to reduce. Secondly, you have to know how to deal with this and what sort of technology is needed. This is where the technology comes in. This is this quite it is still in the early stage. We would like to see innovators, all those technologies, those who are involved in the engineering, coming up with new technologies. We would like to see some kind of major inventions in dealing with this. But conceptually, what I am trying to say here, in the circular economy, waste is no more waste. Waste is actually a resource. If you know how to handle waste, that waste can be a resource, correct? If you have waste and you have the right information to deal with the waste, it becomes resource. Therefore, waste plus information, resource, equal to resource. If I were to rephrase the whole thing, I can also say, if you have waste and you have the knowledge to deal with the waste, you can still turn it into resource. So waste plus knowledge becomes resource. This is what we would like to see, especially from those from the engineering side. From the business side, I am very much into business, but also skewed to because we also have some research going on, blockchain and crypto, and I'm also looking at this carbon emissions, carbon trading, some discussions going on at the university here. This is what I am trying to share with you. So how can we embed technology into this process? Okay, now this is the fantastic part. When we have circular economy, waste technically doesn't exist. Waste can be treated, can be converted as resource if we have the knowledge and information. It can be a meaningful resource. Why I am giving all this? Very simple. Now, there is a need to have a different mindset. The industry, in a way, contributing to the society, because anyhow, whatever it is, end of the day, this waste effectively going to affect the planet, effectively affecting the society, effectively affecting every one of us, because the world is running out of resources. Okay, if we can take a small amount of resource, but we know how to recycle in a way reuse, no waste, meaning this is what we want. Okay, now how to go about? Now, time to have a different mindset among the business people. When we have a product, the product has to go through the supply chain, or within the companies or process, we have value chain model, or among the participants, the supply chain. When product is created, the product by default should not have an expiry date. Makes sense or not? Huh? So when a product is created, it is very important the company should also disseminate the information of this product right from the beginning. As the information moves from one part, as the product moves from one party to another party up to the end, the information also goes along the line. Everyone is well informed what to do, and how to reuse until it is completely used up. We don't have any substantial waste here. So this is a very, it is not a kind of imaginary word. This is actually a very important philosophy here. Philosophy means something to be implemented. Concept or theory, something that is to be understood. This is a philosophy. This is the next wave. So that is why companies should have a mindset. They should embark on circular business model. So this is going to be the next wave. And I believe with all these, we can actually make the entire world more sustainable. In a way, we can actually, with the element of green agenda, we can actually create a more conducive atmosphere, be it from the business side or on the society. Okay, I think the point that I would like to highlight here, technology is good. Technology is important. Ultimately, I would like to see technology helps the business community and also helps the society. All right. So in the context of the green environment, green technology, the element of circular economy is already there. Okay. And with the inclusion of the circular economy, I believe companies should actually focus on, a different kind of more innovative model, ensuring that this model is called uh, uh, business model, circular business model, and that will be a more a robust model in meeting the requirements. All right. So with that, I hope the outlines and the need for technology is explained during my presentation. So the whole idea is this conference should have a hope to see that more outcomes, innovative findings, in a way, helping the industry and as well as societies in a very healthy way. All right. With that, I would like to thank. I think time runs out. Thank you very much for the time. I think I've taken extra time. Many thanks for the opportunity given once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking your precious time to speak about technology, which is the need of the hour. Because earlier, most of them are not much familiar about mobiles, its purpose, and everything. Once a pandemic prevails everywhere all over the globe, we all supposed to rely on technology, especially mobile, because that is the only thing that bridges the gap between the teachers of the students. That much resourceful, and even it will help a lot in future too, sir. Your insights about technology was really fascinating. Thank you so much, sir. Gratitude is always a great thing. It can transform common days into Thanksgiving, routine jobs into joy, and can change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Now, I request Dr. N. Abdul Rahman, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Communication Engineering, to deliver the vote of thanks.
I hope my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I feel honorable and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. I, on behalf of organizing committee, I convey deep regards and hearty thanks to our honorable chairman, Steve B. Haribabu sir, and vice chairman, Dr. H. Srinivasan sir. I'm also thankful to our CEO, Mr. Jain Sindilkana sir, and chief advisor, Dr. E. Soundarajan sir. They helped us in obtaining necessary administrative approval for organizing the event in our college. They supported in all the possible manner to organize this international conference. And my special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Maran Mariamuthu sir, for his gracious presence at this juncture and given valuable information about different technologies. And my sincere thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. N. Janaki Manogan sir, for his help and support various stages. I am very much thankful to our Dean, Dr. Lakshmi ma'am, for his constant help and guidance that radiated a source of energy within us. And I would like to thank all the department of HODs and my colleagues and my dear students for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Finally, I thank to all the participants for being here and making this day memorable one. If time is money, then today you have spent millions for us. Thank to all for making this event successful. Thank you.
Maran sir.
The participants can leave the session. Your links will be posted for you for attending for presenting your papers individually.
I think Vahid sir, you can end the live session.
Yes, ma'am. The link for the participants will be shared individually through your WhatsApp group. You can find your attached schedules there. You can join in those particular sessions. Thank you, everyone.